Hey guys, it's Norman Stickle, and I'm bringing this video today to you guys to talk about negative emotions and how they can be healthy, but also how they can be unhealthy. And there is a balance between experiencing them, learning to embrace them, and what I would consider hanging on to them. And I also urge you guys to click the link below in the description of this video to be able to book your free strategy call with me. If at any point in time you find this information helpful, or you'd like to learn more about how to heal yourself, rid yourself of your negative emotions. Believe it or not, they actually stick with you and they influence the way that we perform, the way that we function, the way that we carry ourselves, and the way that we perceive the world around us. And with that being said, it is healthy to experience emotions. Majority of them I'm speaking towards is fear, anger, hurt, guilt, and sadness. And there is a healthy way of experiencing those. It is warranted, and you don't have to justify to anybody if and when you feel those. When something sad happens, it's okay to feel sadness. If we lose an animal or a pet or whatever the situation may be, if you are sad, and you're entitled to feel that. That is your feelings, and nobody should and has the right to be able to take that from you. But we'll use sadness as an example. But with that being said, there is a point in time when you hang on to that sadness, that it becomes more detrimental to you and how you are functioning and living your life than if you were to experience it, embrace it, learn what you can from the experience of feeling that emotion, and then releasing it figuratively to be able to continue on. And by doing that, you learn to grow through the situation of whatever it may be. In this situation, sadness, whatever the situation of sadness brought to you. Take your lesson and take the view of why you were experiencing that, and then in turn, almost in a sense of having, like yesterday's video I mentioned gratitude, being grateful. It sounds crazy, but if you are grateful for the experience and what you can be learned from experiencing that, and why sadness made itself known to you at the current time, it will actually benefit your growth. And when it's all said and finished, figuratively speaking, of experiencing it, which is not, sometimes we all heal at different rates, so it's not going to be just a quick thing sometimes. Sometimes we have to go through the steps of experiencing those feelings to be able to be ready to let them go. We all know that, and we all have come from that point and place in our life. So that's kind of something that doesn't really need to be brought up too much. But with that said, once you are able to move forward and not carry that with you, that sadness with you, it will become unhealthy. And then in turn, it's going to almost diminish and inhibit your view on certain points and aspects of your life. Another big one that would come to mind for me, and I experienced a lot in my own personal growth, was guilt. Guilt is a huge one that is a lot of people take on and really don't even realize that they're doing it. Again, guilt, like sadness, can be a very healthy thing, because if you feel guilty for eating too many cookies, that's something very, very minor. And you might think twice the next time you go to eat half a dozen cookies instead of just taking 2. If you know that your blood sugar is a little off, or you might be diabetic, or whatever the situation may be. That's just off the top of my head. That being said, guilt can also be a healthy feeling to have. But then again, it can become unhealthy. And if we choose to not speak up for our own feelings, and somebody says something and we automatically feel guilt, then in turn, that is not serving us. It's not allowing us to be ourselves fully and fully step into our power. You are giving away your power, so to speak, to that feeling of guilt and to the other person, because you're putting their feelings and that situation and their needs before your own. And there is a time to be sacrificial, but when it really comes down to it, self to self is the most healthiest. And I say that because we cannot, as humans and as individuals and people, we cannot pour from an empty cup. And if we are continually giving away our strength and our power and away our own needs and putting other people's before our own, it will eventually wear us down and drag us down. And underneath the surface, it will affect the relationship, whether we are aware of it or not to begin with. And that is going to impact our view of the other person. We will probably end up taking on resentment and some other feelings that really we have no right to do. Because if we would have said, I shouldn't feel guilty for wanting to go to the zoo instead of the park or whatever it may be. If somebody throws that at you and makes you feel guilty and they're throwing you a guilt trip, we've all been there, we've all done that. That in turn is not your job to take that, because you should ask yourself, is that something that I want to do? Am I okay with that? And if you are, then great. You guys have an agreement and you guys can continue on with your day. But if there's a difference in opinion and a different in feeling, then either somebody has to make a sacrifice without feeling guilt, or you have to say, you know what? You can go to the beach and I'm going to go to the park today or the zoo or whatever it may be and not feel guilty about it. You shouldn't feel guilty for speaking your mind and doing the things that you want to do in life. I have felt really strongly about portraying these because guilt is something that a lot of us experience and we don't adequately control and handle. And just because I am bringing this video and this information to you does not mean I am immune from it by any means. So, if you guys have found these thoughts great, and you have found these to be helpful, and you'd like some more insight on how I can help you relieve those feelings of unhealthy guilt, sadness, fear, anger, hurt, and to be able to use those to empower yourself to set boundaries, to be able to live your life guilt-free, shame-free, and be able to stand on your own and be confident moving forward in life. Feel free to click the link and book your free strategy call with me, and I'll be more than happy to see how you and I can help each other, because change and growth is the only thing that should be guaranteed in life. Always continue to seek, always continue to grow, and never be stagnant, because change is the only consistent thing that was guaranteed in life. Thank you again. Thank you guys again very much. Have a great day.